Well, everybody, welcome to Digital Wasteland. Forgive me here, I'm just messing up. One sec. Now, today I want to talk about something that is very, very prevalent in the online world today. And this is more just as a please be cautious when you're doing this. If you're doing all of the other things that I'm telling you to do up until now, you're going to be reasonably safe, right? Reasonably. There is never going to be an absolute. If somebody wants to get to you, they're going to get to you. Right? There's always a way. But what we want to do is we want to stop going from being that big juicy apple at the bottom of the tree to the one at the top of the tree that's a little bit green and uninteresting. That's the whole name of the privacy game right now. Because the only way we can completely go private is to cut yourself off from the online world completely and move away from where you were so that the information they have on you is no longer applicable. That's the only way to assure it. Now, there are people that have done that. I know, as an example, Jesse Ventura, the former governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body. And I know a lot about Jesse because I'm a wrestling fan. But he lives part of the year in Mexico, completely off the grid. Right? And he's never owned a cell phone. And he's a smart man. He's a very smart man for that. But we don't all have that luxury. And it's funny that really today not owning a cell phone is a luxury. Now I'm going to kind of complain here a little bit. I don't understand the online dating world. I participated many years ago, early 2000s, in an online dating service. But the idea was to hook up with somebody local. It wasn't to create a relationship on the other side of the world. Now, I've been involved in distance relationships, but they were always based on the fact that we had met previously in the physical world. And I kind of wonder where the hell we are going as a society when this seems to be the desired way to communicate. I mean, it is fabulous that the online world has created the ability to meet people on the other side of the planet. But we're very, very quick to give our trust to these people. And a lot of caution needs to be taken with that. I've made mistakes too. I'm not perfect, but I do try very hard to learn from them. Person online can create a persona that doesn't exist. And you should realize that by now by just being on Facebook and seeing images and things that are on Facebook of friends, people you know in the real world that doesn't even look like them. Because they're so busy airbrushing this and tucking in that. And you can say anything you want, and if you remember what you said, you can make it seem like the real world. Now, it's not that I have anything against a fantasy, but when a fantasy starts to go to a reality, you can run into problems very, very quickly. Now, I was approached today by a dear old friend who shall remain nameless. She was a little bit concerned about this particular topic. Now, she is, to my mind, perfectly safe. However, I know she will view the whole process somewhat differently. If you're going to get into something with somebody online, it's very easy to fall in love with somebody online because they create this wonderful, caring persona. But I would be very, very cautious about giving out anything in the form of a real identity until you can be reasonably positive that this is okay. So are there signs? It's a good question, right? Are there things that you should be looking for that may lead you down the path to that this person is after something other than a bona fide, legitimate, real, mutual, 50-50 type relationship? First one, the first red flag. They say things at times that contradict other things. Such as an example, when someone tells you, "Oh, I'm widowed," but their profile on Facebook or something says that they're divorced. Right? That leads to questions. Now, somebody will say, well, maybe they don't want the world, maybe they would prefer the world to know that they were divorced rather than a widow or something like that. Then you don't allow people to see your relationship status. Nobody can see my relationship status on Facebook. Why is that? Because it's nobody's business but mine. Right? I don't put that on Facebook. Now, what am I? What am I? I'm technically single. Right? Technically. Now, but if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I'd like a relationship, yeah, you got the wrong guy. Now, anything that would make you ask a question as to what's going on is a very big red flag. Because the beautiful thing about the truth is you never have to remember what you said. Another one that you should be very proactive about. Go on their Facebook profile. If they tell you don't have a Facebook profile, they're lying. Everybody has one. Now, they may tell you, well, I've got one, but I don't use it, but yeah, feel free to go take a look at it. And I'm not going to take you as a friend because it means I'd have to log on, But you'll get their real name. Search it on Facebook. See if it exists. If the account is new, run like hell. Because the account has been set up the account has been set up for the purposes of phishing. And this is what most of these dating scam type things are, is phishing. Wonder if this person will give me money. Oh, maybe not, but wonder if maybe I can talk them into buying me something with their credit card, and I can buy it with their credit card, and they'll give me the numbers. I mean, these are all these things that people will be looking for. And aside from the fact that it's heartbreaking when you find out it's true, I mean, it can be devastating. Talk about wanting to lose faith in all of humanity. But it was foolhardy to begin with. Now, I'm a big Bitcoin fan. But if a person's telling you they only do transactions in Bitcoin, yeah, that's a red flag. And why is that a red flag? Because they don't have to give you anything that resembles a real identification, nor do they need to confirm pickup. So as an example, let's suppose you get into a relationship with somebody in another country, and they've never asked you for money, but you want to send them a birthday gift or something. There's nothing wrong with that. But if they say it has to be Bitcoin, why? Right? Now you may say to them, I'd prefer to send it to you Bitcoin because it's anonymous, but you see, you're the initiator. If they won't give you a document name, and that's how they would pick up at Western Union is after percent identification, then you don't want to deal with this whatsoever. Right? You don't even know for truth that they are the sex that they say they are, or that the person they say they are. I remember once long ago, it was about 11 years ago, I got an email to one of my Gmail accounts. And I had Gmail accounts because I wanted multiple Twitter accounts for marketing purposes. And this was from a Louisa Karimova. Now, the reason I will say that is maybe you've had an email from Louisa Karimova. She lived outside of Moscow, maybe about 3 hours outside of Moscow in the town there. I don't remember the name of the town. But it took her roughly 3 emails to be madly in love with me, and that she was telling her mother all about me. She was a doctor also. Now, I smelled a rat right away. I saw your profile and I had to write you. Where the hell did you see my profile? I don't have profiles in places, right? They fish for email addresses. So after 2 or 3 going back, I noticed my questions weren't getting answered. I was very, very, very suspicious of this. Noticed my questions weren't getting answered. So I did a little bit of digging, and I'm good at digging. I can find dirt on people so quickly because I know how to look. I found out that if it really was this person, and if she really actually was in Russia, because she used a Yahoo account that was .com, which is unusual for a Russian Yahoo account. And she sent the same letters to hundreds of guys. And she took these guys for thousands of dollars. Right? And what I did, I finally did something to get a response out of her where she had no choice but to actually read the email and answer the questions. And then she came back at me and she says, well, my mom's really sick. I don't get paid for a while. Is there any chance that I could get €200 from you? Right? And I went, you know what? No problem. Give me your full name and all of that. And that's what she gave me for the idea was that particular name. But you live in Russia. Russia doesn't work in euros. Ooh, another big hole. See, you can find problems very, very quickly. So what I did is I said, I'm going out right now, and then I just disappeared. Okay. I played on purpose, especially when I played on purpose since this particular Gmail account had no ID on me whatsoever. It didn't even have my real name in it. I think I've deleted the account since then. If you can delete a Gmail account, I'm really not sure on that. But you can see how you can get in trouble very, very quickly. You can see how you can expose yourself very, very quickly. Now, if you're on a VPN and you've got a smart one, they won't know where you are. If you're on your home laptop on a Wi-Fi without a VPN, they can find your house. Yes, they can find your house. It's not that much work. Not that much work at all. If you're on a VPN, you make it far more difficult, and for the most part, you make it undesirable, because these guys do not want to spend time doing this. They want to get in, get a result, get out. Now, if you are an affluent person listening to this, such as a doctor that is easily researched, maybe you're a heart surgeon, well, they're going to work a little bit harder to get to you because you're a far bigger payday. You're a far more guaranteed payday, right? So be very, very cautious. It's well worth the extra time. Now, am I trying to discourage you from online relationships? Yeah, I am. But I'm doing that for reasons other than just the risk factor. There's always risk. Real relationships have risks too. I find it alarming today, the fact that human interaction is dead. I had to go out this morning into town, and that's a venture for me. But as I was riding on the bus that was crammed to the teeth, it's like a sardine can. Everyone was on their phones. As far as the eyes could see in this bus, everyone was on their phones. And people were losing their balance and knocking into other people who were also standing up because they weren't holding on to any poles or straps because they were on their phone. Right? Is it really that important? Technology makes a wonderful servant, and it makes a terrible master. Have a great day, guys. Catch you in the next video. Bye for now.